and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the December 2020 collaboration that I do with, or that we've been doing with romance booktuber friends. These are our favorite books for December 2020. That was a super long-winded intro because I completely forgot. It's been quite a few months since I've actually hosted this collaboration video on my channel, so sorry about that. There is going to be a playlist linked right here for all of the other months and all of the other hosted videos, so go check those out. I believe we did all of the months last year. Giving favorites and things like that. So many good recommendations of books. You guys need to go check those out. But here are everyone's favorite book that they read in December. And then I'll come back and give you guys mine.
Hi everyone, my name is Chloe and my channel name is Always Booked, and today I'm here to tell you about my favorite read in December. So December was a little bit of a hit and miss month for me. It wasn't the best, especially in the second half of the month. So I was sitting there reading on December 31st and I'm like, what am I going to talk about this month? I have no idea. And then on the 31st, I read my favorite book of the month. So my favorite book was The Forever Girl by Jill Shalvis. And this one comes out January 12th. So I read it a little bit early and I loved it. It's number 6 in the Wildstone series by Jill Shalvis, but you definitely don't need to read them in order. It's a pretty easy series to read as companions. And so this one is about our main character, Maze. Maze is one of 3 foster children that were raised in a family that had 2 biological children and 3 foster children. And all of the kids came in at different points. However, they all were separated when a big fire happens that kills one of the biological children. So the 5 siblings, and now 4, are all pretty close. They meet every year at the one's grave and celebrate on his birthday. And then one year something happens where they all get in a big fight and become estranged. Now, Maze has a history of sexual abuse and all of these kind of hard things that have really hardened her and made her very scared to love and trust people. She is very much a hardened individual. And so they come back together because the other biological child, her name is Caitlin, she is getting married. And so all of the siblings come back together, and calling them siblings kind of makes this a weird taboo thing because they are very, very close. However, they're all foster children. There's no blood relation. And Maze has a history, a romantic history with one of the others named Walker. And so they are brought back together. And it's kind of a second chance romance. It's been 3 years since they've talked at all. So Caitlin is our biological child. She's the one getting married. This guy, she is by far the oldest, and so she has always felt like a lot of responsibility for everybody, and she kind of lives her life according to shoulds. And so she's getting married to this guy that it's like, is this the right fit, or is it just something I feel like I should be doing? Like, what do I do? And then Maze, she is coming in with all of this baggage and all of this resentment and all of this guilt. She has a lot of guilt over the death of the one brother. And then Walker comes in with his own kind of issues. He really feels like he needs to protect everybody. And then Heather is by far the youngest, and she comes in after having kept a big secret. So the 4 of them are all back together for the wedding, and they have to work through some of their sibling issues. It's a great book for found family, sibling relationships, also second chance romance, and it's not at all like a taboo thing, so calling them siblings maybe isn't fair, more like a very strong friend group. And overall, I just love this book. It was a 4.5 star for me. My only complaint is that Maze is a little bit of a not like your other girls kind of trope. So if you really, really hate that, maybe stay away from this book. But overall, I really enjoyed it and would highly recommend The Forever Girl by Jill Shalvis. Thank you so much to Steph for including me in this, and hop on over to Always Booked if you want to hear more.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah from The Bookish Knitter, and I am here to share with you my favorite book that I read in December of 2020. Comes as no surprise for anyone who knows my favorite book in November, because my favorite book in November was the first in this series. So in December, my favorite book just so happened to be the second book in the Moose Springs series, the Moose Springs, Alaska series by Sarah Morganthaler. This is Mistletoe and Mr. Right. Yes, it is a Christmas novel. I read nothing but Christmas or holiday-themed books in the month of December, which is par for the course for me. It's my norm. I love, love, love holiday books, especially holiday romances, and this one was absolutely delightful. So I'm going to try not to give too many spoilers for the first book in case you haven't read it yet. But this follows our two main characters, Lana and Rick. And Lana, slight spoiler alert for the first book, has bought the entire town, and she's looking to put up condominiums. And the town isn't really happy with her for that reason. Like, you know, they want things to stay the same. But unfortunately, the town needs the influx of tourists in order to sustain itself and keep going, or else the town will die, like die off essentially. So Rick is a local bar owner who is struggling to make ends meet, and Lana is from a very, very, very well-to-do family. You know, they own real estate, they own like all the things, and you know, literally silver spoon in her mouth at birth kind of an idea. And you know, talk about opposites attract. But this story was so much fun. These are also really, really clean romances. Surprisingly, there is a lot of innuendo in these books, which I love, but nothing overtly graphic on the page in terms of sexual content. The story does open up with a great first line, which is, someone had drawn a giant penis in the snow. So that's what I mean. They're not 100% clean. You are going to get a lot of innuendo. You're going to get a lot of kind of, you know, sexual type jokes, but you are not going to get the hot and heavy sex scenes that you might find in a lot of contemporary romance novels. They do keep it clean in that aspect, and I really do like that. I think it's a great mix of both, that you can do both and still do it well. So yeah, I really, really recommend this book. I recommend this series. So this one it was my highest rated book for the month of December at 4.5 stars. Just edging, just shy of a 5-star. Because it just, I mean, I love the first book so much, and I love this one too, but I think the first book, which is called The Tourist Attraction, was just like, this is everything that I want. I was so happy about it that it just gave that extra oomph, because it was kind of a new to me thing. Whereas this, I'm back visiting the town again, so I'm not getting that brand new and shiny, but it's still highly enjoyable. And the third book, called Enjoy the View, comes out in January, so do stay tuned for that too. I predict that one might be a favorite in January. We shall see. But anyway, this is a great, great small town romance, and it's absolutely delightful, and I highly recommend it.
All right, guys, for the month of December, it was a super, super hard month for me to decide what book I wanted to read, and or not wanted to read, which one I found was like my favorite. So the one that I want to share with you guys is like my style, and really made me happy when I read them, because I'm cheating, because I can do that. And it's a duet, actually. It's called Dirty Little Lies Duet by JD Hollyfield, and it includes Bad Daddy and Sweet Little Lies. I really enjoyed this duet. It came right when I needed it. It was super sexy. It's age gapped. It has a daddy kink that I think was super fun and very interesting. Very called the fire department. And some of those scenes were just like, whew, oh my goodness, did that really, really just happen? Yes, it did. It did. So I really, really enjoyed this duet, and think that if you have a dark, twisted need for the sexy steam fan loving stuff that I love, go check out this duet and things like that. So I hope that you enjoyed everyone else's recommendations for their favorite books, or their favorite books for the month of December. And 2020 is over, so I don't know if we're going to continue with this collaboration. Hopefully we do, but until then, make sure that you go check out all of the collaborators. They will be linked down in the description box, so that you can find other like-minded romance booktubers that you may enjoy and things like that. And If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. My PayPal, my Ko-fi, my Patreon, and all of my social links are down in the description box as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.